Well, it comes on the heels of of many years of difficulty that Washington has had in trying to let's say arrange with different pressure points a transition in Venezuela or a restoration of democracy since Hugo Chavez took power in 1999. Um, and one might say it takes place also against the background of many years of American extractive policies vis-a-vis Latin American natural resources, including oil. So there are multiple agendas behind this one. The last one I think that is not getting much attention, but is worth thinking about is the connection with China. That in a way, one might say that the contest over Maduro is a proxy for a struggle between the United States and China over control over strategic resources. So, because Venezuela, the vast majority of Venezuelan oil exports went to China, and that puts some pressure on China as well. So I think there are multiple kinds of one can see it through different sorts of prisms. It's like looking at a kaleidoscope. Well, about a little under 70% of Venezuelan oil is exported to China. Now, it is worth saying that Venezuelan oil exports uh, we should spend more time talking about the history of Venezuelan oil industry, but Venezuelan oil, while the majority of it flows to China, it accounts for a very small percentage of Chinese oil imports. So it's not that strategic for China, but it is one of the pressure points that the White House can exercise on China, which is a net oil importer and vulnerable in that sense, and very aware of its vulnerability. So it's like many other areas, everything in our interdependent world in this new geopolitics has been weaponized. And we're seeing the ways in which small countries with strategic resources are being pressured to align one way or the other. Though it is true that, and here we have to get a little into more detail on the Venezuelan oil industry, to refine Venezuelan crude, which is very viscous. It's a very heavy, sticky material. It requires, for some kinds of purposes, adding higher quality, more fluid petroleum into the mix. The other is, of course, the use of Iranian tankers and refining systems for elaborating the Venezuelan crude. So, in that sense, Iran is part of the picture, but it's not that strategic, to be honest, in this particular regard. On Venezuela, it's much more a story as one of the pressure points on China.